Welcome to Feminism on Trial. I'm going to talk about something that really burns me up. Feminism has taught women you can have it all. You can be the career woman, you can be the CEO, and you can have children, and you can have a husband, and you can have it all. No, you can't. You can't. There's only 100%. And if you give 100% to your job, there's nothing left over for those kids. And if you give 100% to your kids, you're not going to become the CEO. You're not going to work late hours. You're not going to go on the business trips, etc. So how are you going to divvy that up? You're not going to be super mom at the same time as you are career woman of the year. It's just mathematically impossible. I mean, this is not an opinion. This is facts. Okay, now let's get into it. I know there's probably like 2 women that watch my videos and they're probably trolls. Now, there's been a couple people that have been supportive and agree. However, I think it's mostly men because they're like, thank God somebody hears us, somebody sees it, some woman sees it. However, I'm going to address the women right now. If you are, say, 25 or 20, do not tell me that I shouldn't say you can't have both things. You are a little baby. You don't know anything about the world. And don't tell me that you can be supermom and have a career. Because guess what? That kid's going to be in daycare. But what I have seen, these women saying that they can be moms and career women at the same time and be successful at both, guess what? They themselves, and I'm thinking of a couple of people that I actually know, they themselves were never in daycare. They had grandparents to take care of them. They had a mom who had a schedule that could work around, things to where, she wasn't away for that long, or perhaps the mom worked at home. If you grew up with a mom who worked, so you think, well, see, I can work too, because my mom did it and she's all empowered and she taught me that we can have it all. Bitch, you are with your grandparents. That is not the same as daycare. I was in daycare. I remember waiting for my mother to come and pick me up from daycare. Everybody had gone. Everybody had been picked up. It was like 8 o'clock. Daycare closed. I remember because they played Three's Company. Then they played MASH. And like everybody was gone. And the man who ran the daycare was like mopping the floor. And there I am, waiting. Almost always the last one to be picked up. I remember being in school. I think it was first grade. And I had just taken a math test. I'm saying these details because this was so traumatic that I remember these details of me being when I was like 6 years old. So I had just taken a math test and I asked if I could go to the nurse. I wasn't feeling well. So I went to the nurse. They took my temperature. I had a fever of 103. They said, wow, you must do really well when you're sick because you got 100% on your test. See, I'm remembering these details. You know why? Trauma. Trauma makes you remember because your brain says, ooh, I better remember this so I'm not in this traumatic situation again. That's just kind of like why you remember these details. And I remember laying in the nurse's office on their little cot bed thing, waiting for what felt like forever. And they called my mom to come pick me up. I don't know if they couldn't get through to her or what. And then they called my dad. He was closer. His office was closer. And I was told, your dad said he's on the way. I was there for hours, laying there, and they can't give you any meds, at a school. They're like liability or whatever. So I'm laying there, I'm 6 years old, laying on a cot with a high fever. And I'm like, in my mind, I was picturing my dad leaving his work, getting in his car. I didn't know the route, but in my mind I was like picturing him driving and then getting to the school, and I'd imagine he's here now. No, over and over again. No, I don't even remember who picked me up that day. I just remember feeling afraid, abandoned, and unloved. If my mother had been at home, she would have come straight away. She worked for ITT Tech in Connecticut. She was an instructor there. I mean, not that it would be better if she was the CEO or something, but I wasn't important enough. She'd probably say that's not true. My dad would probably say that's not true. But actions speak louder than words. So you little brats who are like, no, I can do it all. You were never in daycare. You were never sick in the nurse's office with no one to come and get you. So you don't know of what you speak, and you need to take a seat. Because if you feel like that, I hope you're infertile. So you don't bring a child into this world and abandon them day after day because you have a job. The child is never going to say to you, Mommy, I feel like you like your job more than me. Children don't know. They just grow up thinking, okay, well, this is how it is. This is just where I am in the totem pole. So I hope there are some women that find this video. Ask themselves, were you in daycare? Were you sick at school? No one picking you up? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know that a child younger than, 2 or 3 years old, does not understand when you leave them that you're coming back? So you drop off your I started daycare when I was 2 years old. A 2-year-old child does not know you're coming back. When you leave that child, it is the same in their mind as you leaving them forever. Every single day. So screw you if you think you can have it all. Maybe you can have it all, but at whose expense? Do you want to be a mother, or you just want to have a child? Two very different things. And I wish more women would realize it. You women are being had. You're being lied to. Feminism is lying to you, telling you you can have it all and that you should have it all, and that if you don't, you're a loser. That's a lie. And your children are paying for it. That's all. Be well.